Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Carolyn and I'm the Flosstube Stitcher, and this video is my October WIP update. Today is Sunday, November the 10th, and I do apologise that this video is late. Last weekend I was supposed to do my October WIP update and I just ran out of time. It was such a busy week and weekend for me. So I had it all planned I would do it this weekend, and I do have to apologise that I am slightly hungover today. I partied a little bit too hard at my work Christmas party last night, so doesn't matter. I really enjoyed myself and I'm feeling much better than I was this morning. So I thought I'd better get this video done, otherwise it's not going to happen for the month. I have spent the last hour or so making notes for this video, which I'm going to refer to a lot because my mind isn't where it should be today. And I think I've made like 5 pages of notes. So there's so much to talk about. I've got a few things to show you, but a lot of things to talk about as per my new segment, my pick of the month. So let's get right into it, shall we? So this month I worked on 6 different projects and I had 3 new starts and 2 finishes. So pretty happy with what I achieved for the month. So we'll start with the first one, which is the Christmas, so I've already forgotten, Christmas Mug Club Stitch Along by Shannon Christine Designs. And this is part 11 and it is Gingerbread Lady. So I'll put her in nice and close there for you. She was such a delight to stitch, as all of these have been. I'm stitching this on 32 count opalescent Belfast linen, 2/2 with the DMC, and she's just super cute. I love her. Love all of these. So 4 days of stitching for this one, and as you can see, this one's covered up because that one's almost finished. I'm running way behind on that one because of how busy I've been, but you're not going to see that until the next video. If you do want to see it, check out my Instagram, the Flosstube Stitcher, where I post on there pretty much daily. So that's it for that one. Excuse me, I'll move that forward. Next, I worked on so another new start. Sorry, Gingerbread Lady was new start 23 for the year and finish number 22. And this is my new start 24, and I need to put something behind it, and I am not organised. Let me get a piece of paper. Okay, that will do. All right, this one is called Rocket Santa Postage Stamp, and this one is by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. Now I saw this designer on Animal Instinct's Flosstube video, so thank you so much, Kelly. I decided, I can't remember what it was you were stitching from her. It's gone from my memory, but it was so nice that I went and looked up her page. I think I bought this on Etsy, and I found this. I'll put up some photos here so you can buy it as a set of 3 or just as a single design. I removed the outside edging and the 25 cents because I didn't want it to look like the stamp. This one's going to be a Christmas ornament for my granddaughter Hazel, who is rocket obsessed. But we've just recently discovered that my grandson August has an interest in astronauts because that's what they've been showing them at childcare. So they're going to share this one. This was stitched on 25 count black Lugana 1/1, and this one really did my eyes in. So thank goodness I have got a magnifying lamp, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do this. Stitches are teeny tiny. The reason why I did it 1/1 on 25 count, it's quite a large design, and I wanted to actually make it small enough to hang as a Christmas ornament on their tree. So I'm really happy with that one. Even though it's tiny, it still had 1,823 stitches. So that is a lot for an ornament. It took me 5 days to stitch that one up completely. So this is on the pile of finishes to do, which is gradually increasing every day. And I did say at some stage in November I was going to get to that pile and start doing them. So I have to crack on with that. Then I had a birthday start because it was my birthday on October the 15th, and I decided to treat myself to a new start. And I'll pop up a picture here. This is Princess Eliana by Mirabilia. And I'm going to put a piece of paper behind her as well. And this is how much I got stitched. Now this is stitched on 28 count Ellie even weave from Daisy Chain Stitchery. And those of you may remember that this is the material I won from Daisy Chain Stitchery competition, and I got to name the fabric. So I named this Ellie after Princess Eliana. And it's beautiful. It's a subtle mottled blend of lilacs. So I'm working on this design a colour segment at a time. Let's see if I can, paper's not really the right thing to have behind this. So where did I start? I think I started on this section first, and then I did over here, then I worked up here. Can't quite remember, to be honest. But then I've been working on that orange section last, and that's not quite finished, so I'll finish off that section. But it's good that the dress is all in colour segments, so I'm enjoying stitching it up that way. So this is 2 over 2, and so far I've done 6 days of stitching, and I can't tell you how many stitches because it's a Mirabilia and I can't get it onto Pattern Keeper. So I've downloaded this onto a Adobe file, and I can mark it off. It's not quite the same. You can't search the symbols, and certainly doesn't count the stitches, but it's still better than using paper and pen, which is my old method. So that was new start number 25 for the month. And then I got out my weekend project. And you haven't seen this one since June. And this one seems to be a crowd favourite on Instagram. Got a lot of likes on this recently. More than anything else. And I need that paper back again. And this is Sleigh Ride at Dusk, Christmas Stocking by Dimensions Gold. And this is stitched on the supplied 16 count grey Ada, I think it is. Yep. So I worked on this for 2 days over October. So I did a little bit of the tree and then decided to come down here at the heel. So this is stitched on a variety of full and half cross stitches as well as blended threads. Getting a little bit closer so you can see it there. It actually does stitch up quite quickly. Okay, now I've just realised I haven't brought something up that I wanted to bring up and show you. So I'm just going to pop and do that, and I will be back. Okay, so any of you that have Stitcher Dimensions design, you know that they supply all their own colours, and there can be a lot, as well as all the blended colours. It can be quite hard to manage, and I will show you my current storage, which I'm not really happy with, and I think this is why I put this stitching this chart off so much, because it's a bit of a nightmare. So I currently store them in bags, and on each bag I have listed the colours of the thread, how many strands are required, whether it's a full or a half cross stitch, and the actual symbol on the chart. So each time I change colours, I have to flick through a multitude of bags to try and find which one I need. And I decided that I was going to change that. And my partner has a 3D printer, and he's always asking me, what would I like printed? What would I like him to make me? And I said, oh, well, there's a heap of cross-stitch stuff that I would like. And I mentioned in my last video that I would show you this. So I gave him some measurements for some floss drops to make, because I said these would be ideal, and I've never had anything like this before, and I know you can buy them on Etsy, but I figured why buy them if he can make them, right? So I gave him the first lot of measurements, and they turn out to be this size. Anyway, so they're quite big. And then he decided, oh, that might be a bit big for what you need. I like how it's got the indentation there. So I can put in a sticker, or I can write the number. And then he made a smaller one. So it's up to me which one is going to suit me right. But there's enough room here that I can have the working thread next to the rest of the thread. So I like that idea. And then I saw on someone's video these awesome stitch holders. So they're for knitting. This particular brand is Sullivan's, my maiden name. Sullivan's stitch holder. So the whole basic idea is to fill them up and hang them from here. So I thought that would be a much better way to store these. So I bought 3, which is all that they had in store. So if I need more, I'll have to go back when they've got more stock, but we'll see how we go. As you can see, obviously I said by the next video I would have all this done. That's how busy it's been. I haven't had a chance to do it, but I'm really looking forward to organising that. And this is how many he made me. Made me a whole stack of them. So I'll probably go with the smaller ones, I think, and maybe leave the bigger ones for a different project. But this is something that will be continually used because I've got a lot of dimensions kits and I want to stitch them all. So hopefully this will remove the frustration of using bags. It's just really, it's not working for me. So, all right, just move that out of the way. So my partner actually suggested, oh, maybe I should get you one of these 3D printers and you can print all this stuff yourself. And I said, no, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Can you imagine? I'll be busy doing that all the time and I won't get any stitching done. So I said, no, I'm good. I'm good with what I've got. All right, so our next project I worked on for the month was Boreal Forest. Again, this one hasn't been worked on since June. Oh. This is by Stitches So Beautiful. Excuse my threads everywhere. So this is done on 18 count white Aida, 2/1 diagonal parking. And I worked on this for 4 days, so 1,430 stitches. And you can't see it here yet, but this is the beginning of the big tree. So I'm at the very left side of the big tree. So gonna start seeing some much more vibrant colors coming into that. So still really enjoying that. I just really enjoy any of my parking stitches, because I can tend to get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time, so it makes me feel more accomplished. Alrighty, and then turn the page. And then last project for the month, last but not least, is my Up on the Rooftop by Tilton Crafts, also known as Christmas House on Artisy. So last month I was really disappointed that I didn't get this section finished. So it was my aim this month to get that complete so I could say I had a full row complete. So I'm really, really happy I've got that done. So next I'll be working on the house. It'll only be a small portion of the rooms in this next row, but it'll be enough to create a little bit of excitement and see it all coming together. So stitching something other than the sky will be great. So this is also 18 count white Aida, 2/1 diagonal parking. And I worked on this for 3 days and got 1,380 stitches done. And if I'm completely honest, I'm quite happy to see the end of DMC 366, which is this blue, for a while, at least until I get back over here. Be nice to see some other colors come in, but yeah, I still really love this design so much, and I plan on working on this up until Christmas, if not beyond. Alrighty, now that's it for projects. Now we're going to talk about my new segment, Pick of the Month. Now, I must say that this segment's going to evolve, because I realised this month, as I was making notes on what was my favourite for Facebook, internet, Etsy, that I'm finding it really hard to choose one for each segment. And as well as that, each segment sort of blends into another segment. So what I might see on the internet is also on their Facebook group, and they also have an Etsy shop. So it's quite hard to do. So I'll do my best, but I think you'll find we're going to have various things in each segment. That's just the way it's going to be, because I find it hard to just stick with one. So here goes. Now, this first one I am really, really, really excited about, and it is my Etsy choice. So this is called Mrs. Claus's Cookbook, and it's by Living on the Rainbow on Etsy, and her name is Elena, I'm not sure, and she's from the Ukraine. So I was very kindly gifted this as a birthday present from my lovely, generous and very, very thoughtful friend Karen, Life with K on Flosstube, and she wanted to do a stitch along with me. So she's purchased it, and she purchased it for me as well, so that we could stitch along, because she knows I love Christmas designs. Now, I have never stitched anything like this before, this tiny little book. I'm just so excited, and I'm ready for the challenge. I think it's going to be so much fun. So it started on November the 1st. So yes, I have already started it, and you're not going to see it yet. So I'll show that in my next video, so you have something to look forward to. So it is 14 parts to this stitch along. They're released every week or so until it's finished on February the 20th. So unfortunately, it's not going to be finished by Christmas, but that's okay. It'll be finished and all ready to show with all my other smalls next Christmas. So the book contains 8 pages, representing 7 recipes, and some are traditional but with a magical twist. Some are top secret with rare ingredients, and some are just playful and funny. So that was taken from the email that she sent. The stitch level is suggested for experienced and adventurous stitches. So it contains full crosses, back stitch, some fractional stitches, and French knots. The size, the finished book is about 7.5 centimeters wide by 9.5 centimeters high. And for my US friends, that works out to be roughly 3 inches wide by 3.74 inches high. The suggested fabric. So the book cover itself is suggested to be stitched in 18 count Aida. Doesn't matter what color, because it's going to be full coverage. So you don't get to see the background fabric at all. And then for the pages of each design is suggested 32 count vintage country mocha linen, because that gives an old feel look to represent old pages of a book, which I'm very excited to see. There's 35 DMC colours, and there's Chronic, but I've already switched mine out for Petite Treasure Braid. And there's also an embellishment pack available on Etsy from a shop called Lady Revenger Crafts. So there are 2 packs available, embellishment packs. One is the basic pack, and that contains the book corners, they're cute little gold corners, a candy charm, some red cotton fabric, interfacing and felt. And then the full kit includes all of that, plus all the fabric required as well. So I purchased an embellishment pack for Karen and myself, because I didn't want to have to worry about trying to get those things. Look, if you did enough searching around, I'm sure you could probably find them. You might be able to find them cheaper, but it's a bit of a hassle. And this time of year, I just don't want hassle. I want this Christmas to be a nice, smooth sailing one. No dramas for me. So I purchased those, and I also got the full kit because I didn't have any 32 count fabric that would be suitable in my stash. Excuse me, in my stash. So really, really excited to receive that. I believe it's already on its way. So I don't need that yet. Working on the book cover at the moment. That's the first part of the series. So I don't think I need the 32 count until December, and that it's supposed to be arriving by the end of November. So I'll show you all that once it arrives. Now, Living on the Rainbow on Etsy also sells other little books. She's got little like charm books and magic potions. Oh my goodness, she's amazing. You can create all these things into things other than just a cross-stitch picture. She has a Christmas Village series, houses that you can turn into actual like little houses, Christmas letters, so to, you know, a proper letter that you would send to someone, cross-stitch cubes. She's got little fairy mushroom houses. Just amazingly talented lady, and all the instructions for fully finishing the objects are included as well. So please go check her out. But yes, as I said before, I'm super excited to stitch this one, and I've been trying to finish my Christmas mugs club so that I can put all my focus into my Mrs. Claus cookbook, because I'm on stage 1. Stage 2 is being released on the 15th of this month, and I haven't finished stage 1 yet. So you know me, I like to be on top of all that. So got to get cracking tonight. I need to get some serious stitching done because I'm feeling better for stitching. So thank you again, Karen. I really love that. Thank you so much. It was best birthday present ever. So thank you. All right, on to my internet purchase for the month is Luca S. Now, I have never stitched a Luca S kit, and I'll be honest, I'm not going to buy this one, but I thought it was so cute, and I know several of you will love this, especially my friend Helen, who loves Christmas designs. And Helen, you might want to add this to your thousands of charts you've already bought for Christmas. So this is called The Warmth of Friendship, and it's Santa with Rudolph, I assume. Anyway, it's one of his deer. It is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, as I said, I think some of you might actually love that. So look up Luca S on the internet and you'll come across their design, and just put in the search bar Warmth of Friendship and that will come up for you. Next, Facebook. Now this is a big one. Now I know a lot of you will already know all about this and probably already signed up, but here's a bit more information for those of you who haven't heard of it. So Heaven and Earth Designs are doing their stitch along again this year. So this is the 2025 stitch along. So there are 12 charts to choose from. I'll put up a picture here for you. It costs $15 US to join, and you select one of those charts. There are bonus charts to choose for every 1,000 people that join in on the SAL. And the deal is, if you finish 6 full pages by the end of next year, by December 30th, 2025, you get all of the charts for free. So you choose one, stitch 6 full pages, and you get the 11 charts for free. That's an awesome deal. But then if you actually finish your whole chart, you get all the 11 charts for free, plus any other charts from the Heaven and Earth Designs website for free. That's pretty great. Am I doing it? No. Only because I've got way too much on my plate and I can't. I know for a fact I wouldn't get 6 pages done. I wouldn't. And to do it, the only way I could do it and achieve it would be to do it intense stitch. And I just really don't enjoy stitching full coverage intense stitch. I don't know. I like the full crosses. That's just me. You know, whatever makes you happy, you do what makes you happy. You can also do this in diamond painting as well, if you choose to. So it's not just cross stitch. So those of you that do diamond painting might want to do it that way. And to be honest, that would be a much quicker way to finish it. So that's that. All you need to do for that is go onto the Heaven and Earth Designs website and search, I'll put it down the bottom here, HAED 2025 SAL, and it will come up and it will show you all the information you need, which is great. So hopefully some of you will join that. I've been looking on the Facebook group and it looks like a lot of you are going to be doing it. So that's really great. I think if it was me, the one chart that popped out to me was that bunny. Really loved that, and the flamingos. I think they were my two favorites. The others weren't quite for me, but you know, there's something there for everyone, isn't there? All right, my Facebook choice for the month is Doreen Jones cross stitch. Now, Doreen Jones is a well-established and accomplished cross stitch designer, from England. Now, I already knew of her from magazines that I've purchased that she regularly publishes her designs in, such as World of Cross Stitching magazine and Cross Stitcher magazine. And I have quite the stash of those magazines, which probably really should sell one day, but I really don't want to part with them because I love them. So obviously I knew of her and I have her designs in these books, but for some reason I had never joined her Facebook group. And my lovely friend Helen, my Christmas cross stitch lover and full coverage expert, just sent me a quick note to say, hey, she's having a sale on her charts. And because she knows I love ornaments and I'm stitching ornaments for my grandchildren, and she thought she'd give me a heads up, which I really appreciate. So thank you, Helen. I ended up purchasing a couple of her charts. I'll show that later at the end when I show my purchases for the month. There's only 3, so I'll show that. But when I joined her Facebook group, I was blown away by the amount of freebies in there. So we all love free charts, right? We all get to the point where we say, oh, we want to do something new. We don't want to spend any more money. Money's a bit tight. You have to go and check out this group. So first of all, you got to join the group. That's all good. So then you go into her photos and albums and you will see hundreds. There are literally hundreds of free designs. They're all in different albums. A lot of them have a lot of backstitch because Doreen just has that very, what's the word for it? Just very intricate designs where you stitch it, it looks like nothing, and then you add the back stitching and whoa, looks amazing. She has a lot of charts with that, but don't let that put you off, because while I was scrolling through, I also saw a lot of charts with no back stitching at all. So it's great for those of you that don't like back stitching, or maybe you're a beginner and you're not yet, hangover brain, you're not yet ready to tackle back stitching. There's still plenty of free designs to choose from that don't have back stitching. So keep scrolling through, don't get put off by the ones that you think you're a little bit intimidated by because of all the back stitching. There is something there for everyone. And I guarantee you will find something that you will want to stitch. I looked through each and every one of those albums and I added so many to a list for future designs. Not just ornaments, obviously, but just so many beautiful things. And I wrote down a few here. Oh, she also has a lot of biscornu charts, which is great. There's even a cute little Santa one. I fell in love with him, so I definitely want to do that one in future. And she has a tutorial of how to finish biscornus as well. It's in picture form only, but that's really good. I also have one in a previous video of how to finish one, if anyone is interested in looking back at that. So I did write down a few of the others that she's got, other than just the standard freebies. The freebies she's got from 2015 through to 2024. So every year There's black and white charts as well as colour in the same. So depending on what you like to follow, some of you might prefer colour charts, some of you might prefer black and white. So there's, again, both in there for you to choose from. So as well as all that, she has Christmas and Halloween stitch-alongs that's from previous years. She's got a Sweet Life stitch-along, which are all cute little sweet shops, which is great. She's got a winter pattern chart, a flowers and bees stitch-along, which is 2022. That's super cute. And she's got a garden stitch-along from 2020. So if you haven't already checked out her page, I highly suggest you do. Or if you're already following and you weren't aware of all these freebies, or maybe you saw them a long time ago, this is your reminder. Go back in there, check it out, because you will find something. You know, sometimes there's a lot of Christmas stitch-alongs coming up, and you might decide you want to join along in a stitch-along, but you don't want to purchase anything else, or you don't have anything suitable. Go and have a look on there. It's free. Got nothing to lose. You know, you'll find something. So, yeah, hopefully that's helped you somewhat. Also, she has a shop on Etsy. So you can purchase her stuff on Etsy if that's what you want to do as well. All right, and my next Facebook recommendation for the month is, again, a lot of you may have already heard about this, the Chatelaine SAL. So it's in the Chatelaine support group on Facebook. So you need to be on there first so that you can get all the details of the SAL. And it's called the Chatelaine Water Garden Stitch Along 2025. And it starts on January 1st, 2025. So if you've never stitched a chatelaine before, or if you're curious, or even you're an experienced chat stitcher, this stitch along is for you. So this design, as I said, is called Water Garden. It's Chat 022. It's a beautiful smaller mandala chosen for its size and simpler stitching. As it's one of Martina's earliest mandalas, there are less specialty stitches and fewer fancy flosses, making it more accessible and affordable to a wider audience. I got that from the site. It will be split into 12 parts to create a 12-month stitch along. You need to purchase the design first. So as you already have the full chart, you can stitch it at your own leisure. So you can do it as slow as you want, or you can stitch it as fast as you want. But the group will be releasing it each month for 12 months. So if you want to do it that way, you're welcome to as well. It will be released on the 1st of each month. And by the end of 2025, you'll have a fully finished chatelaine. You need to provide proof of pattern purchase. So either the cover or a receipt. And then once you're verified, they will then add you to a private group, a private Facebook group specifically for this stitch along. They have asked for people to be patient with the verification because I think they're aiming to have a lot of people join in on this one, and it may take them a little bit of time to verify and then add you to the group. So European cross stitch said if you order the materials as soon as possible, they are quite hopeful that they should arrive to you before the start on the 1st of January. Or you can order through 123stitch.com as well. I did have a quick look and it seems like that chart is out of stock there at the moment. So maybe keep looking back if that's your preferred method, and sign up to the email to get notified when it's back in stock. So they're also going to organise Zoom meetings through the group so you can meet up with other people that are also stitching the same thing. So that will be fun. So go on to the Chatelaine support group on Facebook for all the details, how to join, and hopefully some of you will be doing that. I'd like to be able to see that. I have never stitched a chatelaine. I have always wanted to, and there are 2 that are in my wish list, and one is really hard to get all the bits and bobs to, so that probably won't ever happen, unfortunately. But it is quite it's a more expensive stitch the chatelaine because of all the fancy threads and the fabric and the beads. And so I think that's why I've always kept putting it off. One day I will hope to do it, but at the moment, as I said before, I've just got way too much on the go. I've got, I think it's about 13 WIPs, which is more than I've ever had in my life. And I just don't want to add any more to the mix than what I've got and what I have planned. So this one won't be for me, but who knows, maybe next year. Maybe next year I might join along. It's never too late, you know. Okay, and lastly, so that's my picks of the month finished. Lastly, I just want to show you 3 small purchases I've made for the month. All were purchased from Etsy. The first one, I was just having a scroll through, as you do. Wasn't looking for anything particular, and then I saw this. It made me laugh, and I had to buy it. So make sure you read that fine stitching down at the bottom of the picture. This is called Funny Bird by X Free on Etsy. Once I read the birds, the quote on the bottom, I have to have that. So there'll be a nice fast little stitch. It shouldn't take very long to do. I don't have a start date in mind, but I had to buy it. It was just so cute. As well as that, I mentioned earlier that I bought 2 Doreen Jones designs in her in her sale that she had. Sadly, the sale has finished, but I think she does have them quite regularly. I think it was, from memory, like 60% off in this sale. So I couldn't not do that. So I purchased her Christmas advent calendar. Thought that was super, super cute. My aim is to maybe start this in the new year and get it all stitched up so that by next Christmas, my grandkids will have a little ornament that they can put on the tree every day for Christmas. That's the plan. Not sure if it will happen. We'll see. And then the next one I purchased was Christmas owls. I couldn't resist this one. I like owls, and these were super cute. And I thought they would make super cute ornaments. So thank you again, Helen, for recommending that sale for me, because I saved quite a bit of money. It's always nice. That always makes us happy. Now, I did not write down what my plans for November were. So let's see if I can just do it off the top of my head. November 1st is obviously starting. I think I started the Mrs. Claus cookbook first. Or the mugs. I can't remember now. I'd have to look back on my Instagram. Anyway, I started one of them and got a fair bit done. But as I said, the Mrs. Claus cookbook, the stage 1, that's got over 3,000 stitches just to do the book cover. So that's a lot of stitches. I'm nowhere near finished that. So I need to finish that. And then stage 2 is coming out November 15th. And then there might even be another one by the end of November. I can't remember. So I've got a lot to do for November, as well as my Christmas mug stitch along. The last, very sadly, the last in the series, I'll put a picture up here, is Elf mug. He's super cute. I've almost finished him. So hopefully by the end of tonight, I'll have him finished and we'll post that picture up on Instagram. So if you want to see that, if you don't want to wait till next month's video, go on there and I'll show a picture of the whole entire thing finished. I'm happy that's finished, but I'm sad because I really enjoyed that this month. And I wonder when she's going to release the next one for next Christmas. I know she did put up on her Facebook group that she's unwell at the moment. So hope you have a speedy recovery, Christine. I don't know if you watch my channel, but anyway, I'm putting it out there into the universe. I hope you have a speedy recovery because we all love your designs and we're very eager to see what the next month's stitch along is. She has released a Halloween stitch along, which is mugs, but all in Halloween style, which are super cute. And I really considered joining that too. But I said, no, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I'm going to make myself crazy. All these new starts. I'm definitely going to work on Up on the Rooftop if there's any more time left in November by the time I finish those other 2 things. And I'll throw in probably sleigh ride at dusk, Christmas stocking, and if there's time for anything else, maybe fairy whispers. Hasn't been worked on for a little bit, so we'll see. We'll see what this month holds. I'm not going to stick to anything other than those two that must be done. I'm just going to play it by ear and have a nice relaxing month. I did put up my Christmas tree on our annual Christmas pageant day, which was November the 3rd. Traditionally here in Adelaide, that is the start of Christmas, and I have always put up my Christmas tree on Christmas pageant day because it's the beginning of Christmas. Why not? And they say those that put their Christmas decorations up earlier live a happier life. I don't know whether that's true, but I'm just happy my Christmas decorations are up. Most of them are up. I've still got a few more to put up. But yeah, my tree's up, so I'm happy about that. I'll post a picture here of the tree. And I like my tree. And it's got some stitching ornaments on there, which is going to keep growing over the years. And I've got this year's to add to it when I can finally get them finished, right? That's what I forgot. I've got to do that this month too. Oh boy, it's going to be a busy month. Okay, so I might not get as much stitch as I had planned. We'll see. Anyway, so you'll see me again in a couple of weeks' time for the end of November WIP update. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed what I had to show, and I really hope you got some important information about Chatelaine Stitch Along and the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along, and even the Mrs. Claus cookbook. You know, it's never too late to join that. So thank you so much for being with me here today, and I will see you all again next month. Bye for now.